guys had just finished with Captain Zaravesh and her cronies, the Bone Commandos and whatnot, who had laid this ambush. But your group was more than capable of moving stealthily up the Bone Hills of Stone Cap Gulch here, and you actually got the drop on her and her minions, and you kicked their butts pretty good. It didn't help that the dice were my dice had definitely gone cold. I got some good hits in, but
Oh, come on, don't start the excuses.
it was a colossal victory for the player characters as they destroyed Captain Vesh.
He's totally gonna kill you.
I know. Allie's not the only one, so that's it.
It's been a long day.
So the things you did find, after looting, the body and gathering information and whatnot, you found a data pad. And I believe, did you guys actually hack the data pad yet, or have you not hacked it yet?
I'll be honest, it's been so damn long, I don't remember.
But you reviewed the OneNote, so you know.
But if you need me to make a computers check to hack the data pad, I'd be happy to do so.
Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Go ahead and give me a computers check to hack the data pad, and we'll go from there.
Back up.
All right.
Yes. You should always back up. Yeah.
Okay, back up. I will.
Oh wow, nice big roll to start with. That's a 19 on the die. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, it was actually only a tier 1, so you rock the meager defenses on the system. And
of course I do.
Vesh apparently was not good about personal security when it came to her own devices. And on the data pad,
this is amateurish at best.
You find information. You actually find a couple bits of information. The first thing you find are if you remember back to earlier in the adventure when you were on the asteroid and you'd gone into the Soul Eater Spine, the cult facility, there was missing pieces to the data modules that you had found there. That's the very first thing you actually find on her data pad. You find the original uncorrupted versions of those messages, which include the one cultist, the message that was transmitted from Castrovel that you guys didn't get there in time to intercept. But you were very close when that happens. You get the full message that was sent, in which the individual, the leader of the cult who was there, had indicated the coordinates out in the vast where he wanted the cult to go to track down the stellar degenerator. And you immediately realize
that would have been useful. That would have been useful a long time ago.
Yeah, you immediately realize how this is your big breakthrough. At this moment, you finally got that next tidbit on. You've been searching for a while now, actually, all over the diaspora and across planet Eox and whatnot, and you finally get that piece of information you need to get you where you need to go next to try and get ahead. Because at the moment, things have not been going great for you, and the Corpse Fleet and the Cult of the Devourer have been ahead of you in this race for the stellar degenerator. But this is a prime opportunity for you guys to change that. You also find information that indicates that the Corpse Fleet has not yet mobilized. They are still gathering their resources for the journey out to that destination. But it does indicate from the notes that they're fairly certain that the Cult of the Devourer has already made the drift jump towards that destination. So the journey back to the city of Orphis is uneventful, if not, which is okay because you've just gone through a pretty tough moment, especially for Ryder, who has confronted the vampirus, who is partially responsible for his enslavement when he was a small child.
I feel like a little burden was lifted, but that there's still something there. It's kind of like when you come of age and you kind of like step out for the first time, you realize you can be independent. Just saying.
No, good. Watch out, world.
You're not going to start singing, are you?
I'm a real man now.
So with healing on one of the attributes to my bio UPVs, can I make a healing bomb?
Did you say a healing thong?
That's what I heard as well. I was like, okay.
I mean, no judgment, Allie.
It's with a B on the end.
A healing bong?
So yeah, Allie, if you'd like to build a healing thong, you are more than welcome to do so.
It's got to go on Facebook. Allie, if you want to build a healing thong, you're more than
Great
welcome
that
to
we
do
heard thong, bong, and bomb.
But bomb was correct, right? You did say bomb,
I
right?
did say bomb,
Okay.
but
I thought I was starting to hear things.
thong and bong are quite a bit.
Yeah, BALM, right?
BALM.
Make one.
No, I said BOMB.
Oh, healing bomb. Oh, okay.
Oh, you wanted to like change the attribute of the bomb to be healing?
Yes, because I thought it was funny.
You throw a bomb in here.
So now we have a bomb, a thong, a bomb, and a bomb.
And a bomb.
Wow.
That bomb, ba bomb, 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 thong.
English is hard.
English is hard.
That would actually be kind of cool.
Look at that healer,
Oh my
so
God.
scandalous.
It's scandalous, but you know what? The Technomancer couldn't handle this.
Oh my gosh, man. Killing me.
No more tequila before.
Yeah, she's had 4 shots worth by now.
Oh, stop.
Throwing that out there.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. If you want to swap out your healing trait and make some healing bombs, I think that sounds cool.
Wow.
Hey, you can get a junk sensor.
Yeah, but it would always go off around all the Wesley stuff.
And he's not here to defend himself.
I am checking something, but I think I have a list of the things I want to turn my UPVs in. Do you want me to just write that in my chart, or do you want me
Yes,
to tell you?
He
Or
trusts you. Just let him know you're getting some candies and stuff, and
yeah, 7 Wonkas, 3 Jurassics, 3 Slugs, and a heal bomb.
Okay. That
Here,
sounds like an
because-
awesome list.
I made that list for you, and you just used it. Like, he's happy.
I'm ready for trouble.
Don't
He's like,
say you're ready for trouble.
Or maybe I'm getting into trouble. I didn't mean it like I want.
No.
I meant it more like, oh no, I went shopping and spent all the money.
Say I'm ready for a very uneventful encounter.
Right, because
Say I'm ready.
ready for.
With a stegosaurus.
You say you're ready for trouble, and that becomes a challenge.
I'm ready to take on
More
2
like-
or 3 of those large skulking beasts that we fought the last time.
Please God, no, there's not trees big enough.
The crew finds themselves having gathered back after your shopping spree across Orbis, and you're back on the Raza, and you are prepping for launch. Wesley retreats to the engine room, where he's going to go work on some the upgrades to the special weapon system that he's been developing. He's got most of the system implemented, and he's working on some of his deployment packages now. I assume you're taking care of the ship upgrades as well. So we have a level 7 Raza.
Yeah, we have a level 7 Raza.
All right. So it does take a little bit of time to prep the ship with the upgrades and for the long trip out into the vast. Finding the food rations and water rations and whatnot is rather easy. The cost is negligible to you. But you're prepping to launch, and you go to fire up the Raza, and it powers up. You hear the green power core in the back start to hum to life and thrum throughout. The energy courses throughout the ship, and then the ship suddenly just shuts down.
He's gonna make a scavenge from the other ship, so we only have one.
That is a fun idea.
Mike's
I like that.
Mike's like, no, I wasn't. But now that you mention it,
Mike's like, yeah.
That's a great idea. wish I thought of it.
that would have made a lot more sense than just retconning and taking the ship away from you.
And you hear some cursing coming across the intercom systems. You still have some vestigial power to some of the systems on the ship, but you hear Wesley cursing in the engine room.
What the hell did you do to the ship, kid?
Wesley's young voice comes back. I don't know. I can't tell what the hell's wrong with the power core. It almost looks like someone's been messing with it.
Yeah, you have been.
What do you mean someone's been messing with it?
There's some of the panels are loose back here. Someone's been jacking with our system.
I'll try to pull up. I assume our ship has security cameras on it.
It does.
Can I pull up security footage of our ship and see who's been on board screwing around with stuff?
Yeah, go ahead and give me a computer check to do a quick search through the footage that you've got.
Not a very good one.
That's okay. 19 is still enough. So you run a quick search through the footage, and you actually don't need to go very far at all. About 6 or 7 hours ago, in a lull in activity, you actually spot a half a dozen individuals sneak through the docking bay and actually board the Raza while none of you are looking. They made a quick trip into the engineering bay, and you can see them opening up some of the panels and messing with the power core system. And then you see them retreat up through one of the crew quarters, the doors by the crew quarters, and disappear down into maintenance access panels to the underside of the ship.
Who was that?
Who was it?
What race did they look?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. So 4 of them, you couldn't tell what race they are because they are humanoid shapes, modern, pretty average size and whatnot, but they're armored head to toe, and they're wearing these strange red bandanas around their necks. 2 of them are these immensely large, not large as in size, but they're like 8-9 feet tall, incredibly muscular, almost like humanoid pit bulls with grayish and mottled white skin. And then you get a closer look at there's a smaller young woman with them, and you kind of recognize the face, but it's hard to tell who it is. And you zoom in, you focus in, and you filter the image on the camera, and you almost can't believe what you're seeing at first.
I told it's what's her face.
Claire?
It can't be Clara.
It's so Claire.
Because if it's Clara, then I'm turning my gun on. Sorry, Kimber. What's your character's name?
Zalera.
Zalera. So, is it Clara?
It is not Clara. Clara's not the one who sent Zalaria, by the way.
It's what?
Claire's the one that's been sending me messages and
Right.
giving me hints every time somebody was about to catch us.
Yeah, the one who sent Kimber's character was Captain Alara Aquana of the Free Captains. And it is not her either, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
It's not Clara.
Who was it?
Cypher is the only one who recognizes her.
Ooh.
Oh no.
You recognize the face of Li Xiaoshou, but something horrible has happened to her. The young, delicate features that you remember from when she was a much younger hacker working along your side at certain jobs has been marred and destroyed, and it looks like most of it's been replaced by titanium ceramic plates that have been sculpted to resemble her original face.
Uh-oh.
Dang.
Did we see them leave the ship, or are we?
You do a quick... she's not here. I'm just putting it up here so you can see the token.
Okay.
I can't see it. Oh, there we go. Okay.
You do a quick scrub of the video, and while you did see them go down the maintenance access into the other side of the ship, you can find no evidence that they have left the ship.
Uh-oh.
And do a really good scan of the ship to see if they're here.
All right, give me a computer check.
Try that. Better one. Well, those are better.
How did they get on the ship? We're supposed to have like good security.
Fortunately, the Raza doesn't have any security. No one's actually added that.
Oh wait, is
Somebody
this
didn't
or-
lock the door.
is this level 6 or level 7 ship?
Let me see. Let me double check that. Did you add security?
Yeah.
Okay, you did. Okay, you added the anti-hacking system. Yes,
And countermeasures for the hacking.
and countermeasures for the hacking. So
yeah, the problem is I taught Lee everything she knows. Kid could probably get past it.
Or what?
Oh no, there was some pretty hefty countermeasures on there too.
there were, and you start to run the scan, and a writer goes over and starts poking around on the keyboard, and you actually do find that although they have not been successful yet, there have been attempts by someone internal to the system to try and hack through your countermeasures. As a matter of fact, the attempt is ongoing.
Ooh. Backtrace that sucker.
So when we scanned the ship for them, are we finding them or?
Yes, a quick scan. You do pick up an additional 7 life forms that are on the vessel with you right now.
I do want
Where?
to note that if they have a failed attempt, we've got a feedback countermeasure on there that gives them a -5 for any computer system that they've used to try to hack.
Mhm.
Just saying.
I hear you. I'm keeping track of it.
I'm looking for the 7. Where are they?
Steven's like, damn it! I put this stuff on the ship for a reason.
Like, we put countermeasures in place, damn it.
We only have 6 escape pods.
That's because the captain goes down with the ship.
Hmm.
Okay, so let me see how many scans did you do here. I see a flurry of.
Did we actually take off before we discovered this, or are we still in
No.
the docking bay on
No,
this?
you're still in the
on the
docking bay.
planet.
So yeah, you went to power up the Raza to take off. Your final checks have been done and whatnot, and then the ship powered back down.
All right. Do we have communication?
So is there any way we can
Several life-
lock down the ship so that they can't escape?
Yeah. Do we have communications?
Too many questions. We want to know where they're
Yeah,
at.
let's do one question at a time. There's like 3 or 4 out there right now.
Do we have communications?
Yes, because you were talking with Wesley, you do know you still have internal communications on the ship.
Internal. But can I contact what's her name, who's like the Starfinder liaison here?
Oh, we need a trucks.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me a computer check and see if you can fire up the comms and get a hold of her.
Did our last computer check tell us just how many are on board or not, or where they're at?
Your first check did tell you there's an additional 7. You need to run another scan if you want to try and pinpoint their location.
Okay, so that was a talkie one, and the next one is the pinpointy one.
Yes. All right. Now, while they're doing those
So we
rolls,
both got a 21 in order to establish communication with Juanita Trucks. And
Okay.
then Newell just got a 36 to pinpoint the actual location
Jeez.
of the people.
a 36. What'd you roll, a 2?
Well, sometimes you have to roll low.
Because when it matters, you care.
Okay. So going in order. So yeah, you start firing up the comms, and there is enough power to run the comm system. And you send a message, and after just a few seconds, you hear this gravelly voice that you recognize pick up. This is Juanita Trucks, Department of Eternal Vigilance. How may I help you?
Juanita, we've run into a bit of a situation here with our ship, and we just want to alert you and see if you can gather any forces to come meet us at the port to help take care of the situation. We will deal with it here, and I'm sure we will have some people for you to question.
Well, I find that quite interesting. But who is this speaking?
This is Captain Ryder of the Raza.
Oh, the Starfinders. Oh, so you've run into a bit of trouble.
Yes, we have some intruders, and we are currently hunting them down, and we figured that while we are in the process of doing this, that you can gather some forces outside and prepare to help with this situation.
You do know I'm not involved with law enforcement, correct? I mean, maybe there's a misunderstanding about my role here. I mean, I might be able to contact someone, but I'm awfully busy right now.
Do you not have any contacts to help with the Starfinder Society? I was told you were our liaison here.
I think liaison is a rather strong word, don't you think? I mean, I was doing Gevalar Sonora a favor, but
Old.
just guess that bug is always using grandiose language to describe our relationship. Go ahead and give me a diplomacy check. Also, while he's doing that, Bill, if you want to make a computer check, because you said you wanted to lock down the ship.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go ahead and give me a computer's check to make sure you... Okay, yep.
Damn it, that wasn't very good.
Yep.
But is there like a Benny or something on the table?
Yeah, unfortunately, a 19 is not enough to connect with the remote systems for the airlock locks or anything.
Yeah, weren't we supposed to be instituting bennies?
That was a one-time thing for voting.
Boo.
Bill's pulling outside meta information, and he's like, "You didn't die."
Yar lived, didn't he? Well, maybe I've got a Benny.
So I diplomatized up there.
So you do know that you can't lock the doors remotely from here, but if you go to the doors, you can manually lock them and set the overrides so that no one else could. You could lock the ship down. You're just gonna have to do it manually in person at each door. And there are 4 doors. There are the 2 cargo bay doors. And there are the 2 auxiliary.
Why don't the heavy hitters go do that? Why don't Switch and the Vesk? I can't think of his name right now. I'm drawing a blank.
But if we scan and we know where we have to know what doors to send them to first.
Well, you did scan, so he has yet to resolve that. I did diplomatize, and Mike, just another FYI, I can't control my character either.
What the heck?
Switch and Drez can go manually start locking down doors.
Yes. For the record, I can control Zalera's character, which is awesome.
Yeah, a bunch of you, maybe in the sheet update, they messed it up. Let me check all the characters real quick. Yeah, it looks like most of you lost control of your characters. So I'll fix that right now.
All right, so...
So going back to the scan question, yes, you do locate them. Oh, wait, let me just set these to all players so you guys can help each other. That'll just make this so much easier.
So, Newell, can you secure the bridge, and I will walk out and assist?
They are coming up it looks like they're moving quickly towards the rear maintenance access shafts, tubes.
Where is that?
They're trying to get out the rear.
I charge the rear.
Wait, right up the rear?
Just like the waterfall.
I'm confused. Are you going up or down the rear?
I'm going with them.
Wait, are you guys still in Orphis?
Which orifice?
So the maintenance access, for your guys' reference, are here, and the other one, these are on the back side, are here. There are also 2 on the front side. They are in the back, moving that direction.
I'm going with them, but hanging back a little bit.
So is this the opening right here?
No, that's a wall.
If Lee is here, I want to confront her.
I'm confused. There was a maintenance access here and here. You said there were 2 in the front?
Yes, they're also I'm sorry, there's one up front. I thought there was two. There's
Oh,
one.
okay.
There's one up there, and then there's
Oh.
two in the back.
So, Drez, where do you want to go?
I'll stand here by the top one if you want to stand by the bottom one.
Done.
Did it look like they were coming up?
Yeah, it looks like they were moving through the tubes, heading up this way.
I'm working my way to the middle. I want to be able to hit either or.
Do you guys still want to go lock the doors, or are you not worried about that now?
These were the doors we're locking.
So there's
Lock the door.
there's an
Smack 'em
airlock.
in the-
There's an airlock up here, which should be secured. There are the two large cargo doors on the back bays, the port cargo hold and the synth bay. And then there is the auxiliary airlock at the back.
All right, so I guess I probably would have, as I'm walking down, then I will stop to manually override this airlock. I'm
Wait.
assuming that'll take my turn.
Where
Yes.
do we think it's going?
They're
Towards
coming,
the auxiliary?
they're coming up the axis.
So, Drez, do you want to go to the synth bay, and I'll go to the cargo hold?
Right here.
Are we locking these, or are we waiting for them to come through? And
Other one.
We're locking these.
I'm locking this airlock. There are two additional locks by the cargo blades. Which are
okay,
Here.
so our first action then would be to lock these, right?
I thought that's where you were locking.
no, I'm locking the main
Oh, okay.
airlock, which
Got
is
it.
up here. There's two, one in each cargo bay.
Okay.
Right? You said one in each cargo bay?
Yeah, if you look on the map here, you see these large doors here,
Right here.
and there's one on the other side
Don't
as well.
forget this.
And then
And
there's
don't forget this auxiliary airlock down here.
I'm gonna go hit the other auxiliary airlock after I'm done with the main airlock. Everyone else
I'm going
can
over.
be prepared for battle, I guess. I don't know.
I'm going over here and locking this door.
What's this doing? You target it? Oh, I see.
Noel, you're picking up that they're getting close to the end of the tube, and
What tube?
the two maintenance tubes, the one that Drez is by, and they'll be coming up any second.
All right.
I've locked it.
You locked the
And
door?
and I'm going to stand right here and just have my weapon ready.
And Mike, I'm changing mine. I'm gonna make my way all the way to the auxiliary lock and lock that one.
Okay.
I will start off down there, I guess. And Solera or Newell, if one of you can get the top airlock, that would be great.
Which top airlock?
The one that's right here.
Oh, okay, I can get that one. I will go get that one.
Unless you're allowing Wesley to take part, in which case, if he's already in engineering, I would tell him to do that airlock.
Wesley is busy scratching his head trying to figure out what the heck is going wrong with this the system. What did they do to it?
Okay. So then I still have to get this airlock one. Unless Cypher, are you gonna go get that airlock or the cargo bay, the synthesis bay?
Or
That way we've got the ship locked down. Or Zalera, are you still here?
Yeah, I suppose I can do it.
Okay.
What needs to be locked down? I don't see a door in here.
The double doors that are
all the
like
way on the
over
right.
here.
That, yeah.
Oh, those are doors? Okay.
Those
Yeah,
are-
I'll go lock those down.
All right.
Kimber, are you still with us?
Yep, I'm here.
Okay.
So yeah, I was giving my next question. So what is Zalera doing during?
So are you staying on the bridge, or are you gonna watch down the hall, or?
I want to play with the guns, but nobody's in the guns.
So you're going down the hallway with Newell?
Sure.
Which is interesting because just as you get to that point and on your data pad on your arm, you're like, oh, they're coming up to the maintenance tunnels now. So Drez braces. He watches for something. Waits for the sound of noise. But then those are not the doors that you see open.
Yeah, they're totally coming up mine, aren't they?
Let me do some reveals here.
Which ones did we actually get locked?
We didn't lock the maintenance hatches. We locked the doors all around.
And as you suddenly realize that they've been spoofing your scans, so your scans did not indicate where they really were. Let's roll for initiative.
That was a pretty good scan. So clearly they're.
Yeah, that was a 36.
You didn't back me up.
I didn't think I had to with a 36.
Neither, but
Well, if
No, you're not.
so,
You're good.
if you heard the die roll I made over here, I actually rolled a crit. So they were spoofing the ongoing attempts to hack your system when they actually had control of your system.
Max gonna try and kill us.
Nonsense.
not doing.
Hey, Mike.
Yes.
I picked up initiative as my feat, but I haven't added it yet, so I think I get a +2.
Okay, so yeah, just go ahead and add 2 to that.
Yeah, I'll see what it gives me.
And
Oh,
talking to
no,
myself.
he's not out there.
You're on.
Okay.
All right.
Holy crap.
Getting all my character sheet characters right here. If you want to give me a culture check, Bill.
A culture check?
Yeah. And I'll tell you why in just a second.
That's a good culture check. I don't think I like the initiative.
Oh, take my change. There we go. Now it took my change.
All right. Yeah, I haven't been looking at the numbers, so let me do the sort real quick. All right. So as you see the door open, you see Li Xiaoshu in this new cybernetic form standing there looking at you with a kind of snide smirk on her face. And you recognize the symbol that she's wearing on her armor as that designates her as a member of the guild. The guild is a particularly nasty group of bounty hunters who are known to take the most
Wasn't that who we were... The guild was who we were robbing when our thing went bad.
As a matter
Wasn't
of fact, it was.
What thing was that?
Him, his past.
The last time I saw Lee, she and I were pulling a job to rob the guild, and the job went bad, and we got separated, and I never saw her again.
Oh.
Oh man.
Until today. Bum, bum, bum.
You come a long way, kid.
That's the least of it. I almost caught up to you on Absalon Station, but you managed to trick your way past us there. That kind of irked the bosses, so they bought up the bounty on your heads, and they picked the special team and put them together to come take care of business. I'm sure you're familiar with my coworkers.
We'll be familiar with their dead bodies soon.
You're not there.
Oh.
Oh wait, no, comms are open, so yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to go down like this, kid. You and I got history.
That's damn straight we've got history. You left me behind. You abandoned me out there. I tried to find my way in the dice board, but they caught me pretty damn quick. You know you could have helped me, but you didn't. You said we needed to separate. This is all This was all your fault. Look what... She runs her fingers down
You
the
knew
crack.
the risks. The jobs always come with risk. You know that. That's part of it.
Wait a second. So if you just have beef with Cypher, if we turn him over to you, we're good?
She chuckles a little bit, and she goes, well, Cypher and the droid, he's worth a pretty penny as well.
That's it? Just
No
the
one's
two?
going with anybody. Look, kid, there's no scenario here where this ends well for you.
You know, we
We
used to
can
say
work
that a
this
lot.
out.
We can. There's an easy way to work this out. I mean, you're worth more to me alive than you are dead. I'd rather not kill you, despite what you did to me. Despite what you did, she runs her hands again along the metal creases in her face. Despite what you caused, I'm willing to take you in alive.
We both know that ain't gonna happen. There's no scenario here where you're taking me.
Cypher, don't be so foolhardy. You don't need all this bravado. I've brought the best of the best here. These are killers.
Well, you know, I've hooked up with a little bit of crew since the last time we were working together. I think we can handle you and your little bunch.
Talking like that again, you just get yourself into trouble. I mean, it seems like you've learned nothing since we used to run together. She kind of rubs her face and she looks at you with a little bit of a crazy look in her eyes, and she's like, Cypher, I don't think you've really learned anything, but I've learned so much.
Well, I should hope so. You didn't know that much when you ran with me.
Wow.
Her smile fades slowly, and she reaches down and slowly unbelts the pistol at her side. I think I may have known more than you think, and I definitely know more now. And she pulls the pistol out and levels.
I'm charging his ass.
Ah!
So I lower my my Nova Lance, so it's it's a plasma weapon, so it's got this nasty little thing on the end. Let me see it. It's really pretty.
Let me add this for you.
Oh, I thought there was a picture of it, but there's not. Anyway, so it's this charge forward.
What the heck is that?
Something that
Sounds
I
like
have.
a lightsaber.
Oh, I was gonna say. So as Billy, as your weapon fires to life, and you charge at him.
Yes.
Somehow that needs to get tagged on every time he attacks.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Okay, so I run up and I cannot full attack because I moved, but I'm going to charge him.
$29 is a hit.
But just barely.
Okay, 20. Sorry, I was adding something here.
And 20 points of electricity and fire damage.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, this thing hurts.
Oh, 20 points?
Yeah.
He goes down in a heap.
Oh, holy crap.
And his body, like, you slash through him. It looks like he's trying to pull a weapon to defend himself.
Yeah.
It's like a rod comes out. Before he even has a chance to turn it on to block your attack, you just slash right through him, cut off one of his arms, and then he slams back and then falls down through the maintenance tube.
He's
Oh my goodness.
I almost feel bad about this one.
Almost.
Oh,
One down, I shout.
You hear
You
Lee
hear
shout,
that, Lee? My crew's already taking you guys out. Stop now before it gets any worse.
"Urgh. Get them now, before they have the advantage." So we're going up to green here up
We
top.
already have the advantage.
He comes running out, and as he finds Noel standing there, you see he pulls out a rod-locked object, and it flares to life, and you see an energy blade pop out of it. It's not a full attack. Oh my god. Okay. You'll see in the video, a million dice just flew across my screen. I don't know why.
Hilarious.
And the mods for that were not right at all. So we're going to do that
No, I'm
attack.
pretty sure that 2 is right.
yeah, two's good.
Looks about right to me.
It will be a miss.
Looks good to me.
I will take the die roll of a 2, but it was supposed to be a plus 10, so it's only a 12. All right, yeah, he swings the sword, and it completely misses you.
Yeah, that misses, by the way.
This is good.
Yeah, misses good. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The double doors in the center of the ship fly open, and you see another one of them come in and charge at Zalaria.
Hey now. I'm over here minding my own damn business.
He's like, I'm not even really with these people.
27 to hit.
Oh,
The damage sucked though.
Yeah, the damage that was bargain. Bin kind of damage right there. That was garbage. So 7 points of fire damage, as his laser sword rips through the shoulder of your armor, and it cuts into the flesh.
Where do I go and mark that anymore?
So if you click on your token, you'll see 3 little boxes pop up. The red are your hit points. The green are your stamina. Unless I say otherwise, your stamina always comes off first. So
the green.
yeah, you click the green button, you'll see a little box pop up, and then you can literally, on your number pad, just type -7 and hit enter, and it'll do the math for you.
It's nice like that.
There you
I
go.
don't like it right now, Mike. I'm over here minding my own damn business and shit, and you got people attacking me from nowhere. Like,
Unfortunately, you're in the group that has a nice sized bounty on their heads.
You hear a flare, like a jump jet type sound, and this one jumps up on top of the synth bay device here, on top of Noel's equipment, and he draws a laser rifle and fires at Cypher. But I rolled another 2, so that's a 10.
Wow.
Negative, Ghost Rider.
Yeah, Cypher quickly dodges out of the way of that attack. He saw it coming a mile away. And that should be all of them. And let's see if he's as ready for Li Xiaoshou. All right. You see, she kind of moves to the other side of the room to get some distance on you. She draws a pistol you actually recognize as one that she's carried for many, many years. Oh, wait, I got
You still using that piece of crap? You haven't upgraded?
Sentimental values.
Love you, honey.
You see her tap a button on her arm, a device. If it's similar one to the one that you set up for yourself, and you see a bunch of nanite flares go flying out through the air. You recognize the trick almost immediately. It's 15 plus your level. So you're level 7, so the DC is 22. Yep. And she does distract you with the flares to the air with her trick attack. So this is going to get an extra 3d8 points of damage if it hits. Does a 21 hit you?
Probably. What are you trying to hit?
This is against your EAC.
That's the number.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I forgot. I rolled it in. I rolled the trick attack into the roll. So the trick attack part failed. You only get hit and take 5 points of fire damage. So
What's that now?
I forgot I put the trick attack in the notes on the attack. So instead of doing a separate computer check, I put it there. Although I had it as stealth check, but it's the same modifier, so it doesn't matter.
it's good because that would have hurt.
It says on there 20 plus the target's CR.
So it'd be 27. So that would have been a failure anyway.
Is it 20? Because I don't think it's that high when I make trick attack.
No, I think it's just 15. I think I wrote it wrong.
I honestly thought it was 20. I was looking it up when you had said it. It's 20 plus.
Double check for us.
It's 20.
All right. And then she didn't hit with the extra damage, but I did put the wrong damage in there, so I fixed that real quick. Okay. Yeah, so she's using the same tricks you do, but you can tell that even after all this time, she's not quite as good as you yet.
That's
well,
actually.
Newell up here, the large dog-like humanoid comes stepping out. I mean, he's like 8.5 feet tall. He's brimming with muscle. And as he walks up to you, you see him kind of raise both of his fists, and he claps. You know, he smacks his hands together, and you see the fist of his gauntlet charge up with energy. And he tries to punch you with one of them, and I think a 26 hits. So as the fist collides into the side of you, you can almost feel like the kinetic energy of the fist like reverberate through your body, doing 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
You should be like, hey there, muscles.
And it is your turn to react.
It's the green bar, so yeah, that takes 15.
Sorry, I'm trying to do the damage.
No.
Okay.
Oh, not right.
Just
It's mine.
it's only if just the 5 save changes. Next time, just directly there.
Okay.
What do you want? No. Then you have to tell them. No. If you want to do that, you have to tell them, and then you have to just manually roll it. So you can get your spells in.
Well, I want to try it.
Tell her to do it.
I'm
She
trying
doesn't
to
have her new spells
plugged into the computer, just written down.
yet.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and just do the die roll for it, and let me know what you're doing.
so what are you doing? Let's go
The
to
arc blast.
Arc Blast.
Arc
Or
blast.
arc something.
Arcing Surge.
That one.
Okay. It says it's a line-shaped burst. What does that mean?
A line-shaped burst, so it's a line.
Just a line? Okay. And it says instantaneous. It's a reflex save. And you cause an electrical device in your possession to surge in power and unleash a line of electricity from the massive oversurge. This deals 10d6 electricity damage to all creatures and objects in the area.
So
you
if
try
I
5
shift
foot step.
there and go that way,
Yep.
go up.
You can get both of them. Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna try that.
All right. So what's the so there's no attack roll. What is the DC for the saving throw?
Honestly, like one of your level 2 spells with a DC, and then add 1 because the spell is 1 higher.
Yeah.
It automatically calculates it. So, yeah. So the DC.
So it'll be 19 DC.
It's 19.
Okay. So, all right, let me roll the big dog humanoid in front of you first. This is his reflex save. And he failed. And the guild, the bounty hunter behind him, succeeded. So he takes half, but the dog guy takes full. Okay.
No.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your damage.
Flash roll. And
Wow, 32 points of damage. All right, so he's going to eat all 32. And he is going to take 16.
Oh, damn.
oh, if only it were reversed, apparently.
So yeah, the electric surge like rips through the two of them, and they're both in, like their bodies start shaking all over the place violently as the electricity just tears through them. The one in the
No.
behind almost drops to his knees, but like he kind of puts his hand up on the wall and holds himself up. And the dog guy looks furious.
In your 3-foot fashion, you should snarl at them.
3-foot snarl.
Grr! Feel the fury of the Lamerta. Arr!
All 4 hand claws.
You're like one of those cute faces where like the smile retracts back, revealing these like super sharp teeth, and your eyes all of a sudden get like bulged and scary.
All right, Cypher.
So, real quick, I'm trying to remember what the haste thing on my armor.
Gives you an extra move action.
An extra move action or more move on my move action?
I believe it is actually an extra. Here, let me double check. I will tell you right now. Want to make sure we get it right so you can enjoy your cool power. You move and act more quickly. When you make a full attack, a hasted creature can also take a separate move action in order to move. The move can come before, after, or between the attacks from the full attack. Oh, okay, so you can do... Oh, basically, you can do a full attack action and move while you're hasted. And then all your hasted modes of movement increase by 30 to a maximum twice your normal speed. So basically, I think your speed is it 30 or is it 25?
My speed's 40, actually.
Okay, so that goes up to 80. And you can move up to 80 and still do a full attack action.
And
Okay.
it costs 1 charge, right?
And that costs 1 charge and you have 10 charges, yeah.
Right. I can recharge it on a rest, right?
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Long rest.
On
Trying
a
to find-
long rest, yeah.
yeah.
Not a short rest, yeah.
Okay. So, since I seem to be kind of stuck in here with 2 guys, I'm actually going to go ahead and take my action to create my holographic clone.
Ooh. I won't play the theme song from Naruto again, but...
What's that?
I won't play the Naruto theme song again, but...
We'll all smile and hear it in our head.
2,
Hey, Mike.
okay.
Okay.
I'm
All right.
not sure if this. I just noticed this guy didn't move. I'm not sure if you missed him or.
He is separate from the other one like him.
Oh, okay. Is he on the tracker?
He is not on the tracker, because apparently I forgot to roll initiative for him. So, I'll figure. Thank you, Billy, for pointing that out. I would have noticed by the time we got to the second round.
We have a new assistant DM.
I was just saying I'm going for the role now. I'm officially at the DM. So
I resign.
I resign.
All right. So you got the. Are you going to move, or you just want to stay where you're at for now?
I'll stay in here.
Okay. Switch.
Okay. So, I may or may not have seen her move over there. I think I saw the guy come over here and jump up here.
Yeah, you definitely saw them both move into the room. So.
Okay. I'm trying to decide which one I want to take out. You know what? I'm gonna go take out the rifle guy first, I think. So I'm gonna end up charging right up to here,
Okay.
and then he gets an attack.
He gets an attack.
And hope I get an attack.
Oh, I was gonna say
Hope he
I'll
gets
be
an
happy to
attack.
take an attack.
And we'll see if all my little descriptions pop up. Yes, they did. So yeah, take that.
The heavy metal bone blade. Oh dear lord.
Yeah, read it all. Drink it all.
Auto
in.
6 electric damage. Oh, this is because the fusion you put on it.
Yes.
Oh wow.
So it's half. So half of that is slashing. Half of it is half the damage is electricity.
Yeah. So
And
you
that
thought
is
you were
not
alone,
from the
Cypher.
fusion. That's not from the fusion. That's from a feat.
Oh, okay.
Or no, I'm sorry. That is from the fusion. The feat is the first part of the notes.
Oh, okay. Auto 6. Okay, and no one's within 10. No enemies are within
Nobody's
10.
within 10 of this guy, so nobody else gets it.
Okay. All right, yeah. So you slam into him with the heavy metal bone blade, with the electricity like ripping off of the blade as it goes tearing through the air, and you just tear through this guy and drop him in one hit.
Going from my assistant DM, technically one of the holograms is within.
No, we won't be doing that. Those I put them there just for effect. They're actually on Cypher Square, but.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to screw Bill on that for that. All right, good job, Matt. Yeah, so Cypher thought he was alone for a moment. He activated his shadow clones, which is still a good tactic. And then Cypher comes tearing across the full length of the ship, leaps on top of New Will's equipment here, and just slashes through one of the bounty hunters and sends him careening in two parts along back behind the machinery. That's just going to be a mess to clean up later on.
That's Wesley's problem. That's not mine.
That's Newell.
And then I'll turn around and I motion to her with the bone blade. I'm just like, bring it. We told you to give up. This will not end well for you.
Ugh.
See, Lee, I told you. I'm hanging with a better crew these days.
My GM should have upgraded me to a level for this encounter. Damn you. Ryder.
30. Yeah, I can reach this guy over. Alright, so I'm going to clever attack this guy. Alright, I can't make it.
Alright.
Okay. 27 is enough, yes. Oh, wait, no, that's not your roll. That was Matt's damage. But 29 bluff is enough, yes.
Yeah. No, I'm not stinking 27.
Flat-footed to all allies, so you all have some advantages attacking orange.
If he's still alive.
And actually, no, he's not, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah. I was like, he's still alive.
Yeah, I hadn't looked at the damage yet. But as I do, I realize the clever attack portion did not matter. On his way to hell, he's flat-footed.
It's very bluff.
All right, Valeria.
You totally use some help up here.
I did that so you could assist Newell.
Up where?
Turn around behind you.
Oh, I did have one.
Where'd I go?
I did have one question. So I did miss one thing for you, Kimber. So last turn, you would have chosen whether you wanted to attune to graviton or photon. If you want to, you can go ahead and make your choice now.
Which is the one that lets me like go boom? I wanna
That
go
is
boom.
photon.
That one.
Okay, so you are photon 1. When you get to photon, when you get fully attuned, so it goes photon 1, photon 2, then fully attuned, then you can go boom if you choose to. So you are at the beginning of this turn, you are now photon 2.
And you won't hurt us when you go boom.
Exactly. See, that's the bonus.
You heard the shit.
Yeah, it's an ally. I don't know.
Okay. So can I like? I want to attack the green guy.
Okay, you're gonna pull out your awesome Solarian weapon there.
Yes.
Okay.
The cutlass.
Yep. Your solar cutlass. Yep.
Ram. I just click on it, right?
Yep. And it'll ask you a question whether it's a full attack or not. So the answer would be no, in this case.
And just wondering, do you mean the purple guy since he's the one next to you?
I think that's what you meant. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. 19 versus KAC is a hit.
Yeah. Goes Valeria.
You slash through him, and he howls at you as you take another chunk out of his hide. He starts looking back and forth between Newell and Zalaria, wondering which one's more dangerous.
Going, why are these women so dangerous?
On my misogynistic world, the women are weak.
Go back to your world.
All right, and now it is Umal. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Hey, come and get some.
All right, sounds good.
That sounds like a bromance that just
A bromance for the ages.
come get some. All right, sounds good.
Oh, me squish.
I'm an executive desk.
Oh. I don't think a 19 hits you, correct?
It does not.
All right. So yeah, he comes running at you, and both of his gauntlets charge up at the same time, and he slams into you with both of his fists, and you kind of just let your guard down a little bit, and you let the fist slam into your chest and reverberate, and the kinetics just kind of bounce back at him, and he's like, ah, and pulls his hands away from you.
All you do is flex and smile.
Give a little wink.
That tickles.
I like it.
And with that, I just like,
Drez.
thanks for waking me up. Full attack.
That was like a little nipple tooth.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Bye-bye.
The first one is a hit, and the second one is a miss.
Oh.
So yeah, you slash through him with a quick slash, and you tear through his flesh, but then he kind of squats a little bit and ducks and spins around as your second attack lunges at him, and he dodges out of the way of it.
What?
Squats are important, yo.
All right.
Never skip leg day.
I forgot to announce over the intercom again. Another one down when I killed the other one.
You hear one of the dog eyes says, "Li Shao Shou, this sucks."
This is not what we got signed up for.
This guy's gonna retreat. He tries to go through the bridge, but you guys did say you were securing the bridge. So the door is locked, and so he turns and pulls his rifle out and fires. Does he have a straight line on? He has a straight line on Zalaria.
Really, Mike?
Okay, well, fine. I'll do this other thing. He throws a grenade right here.
Is it an explosion of love?
It was a healing grenade, right?
They're not throwing grenades inside our ship, are they?
Oh yeah.
Blow
Oh,
shit up?
that damage sucks. Is that damage right? It can't roll a 1 for damage.
It's very cold, kittens.
And you
Oh, it
better
can.
reflect-
It can roll a 1 for damage. All right.
It's a
well,
dud.
It's a dud grenade. I do need you to make a fortitude saving throw, though.
Not a
What'd you
reflex.
get for
save?
going to the
Oh,
Dollar
I'm
Tree?
sorry. A reflex save is what I meant.
I like the Dollar Tree.
For half damage.
Oh, New Will fails.
Darn it.
He got his grenades at the Dollar Tree.
So it doesn't affect the damage, and I need Zelaria to make that check as well, please. So
Wait, oh, what?
a reflex saving throw.
But I don't wanna. Where the hell is it?
I'm actually shocked anyone failed.
Where is it?
Oh, reflex is not your strong one, is it?
Where is
It's as
it?
technical.
It is for her. She just rolled a 3.
There's a defenses section on your character sheet. I don't look at your guys' sheets as much. Let me see.
I say lies. I say the defensive section.
It's on the right. Near the top. Saving throws.
Hmm.
Or not, or maybe just a little way down on the right.
Do you see the big blue label that says saving throws along?
So, wait, that one? That one?
There you go.
You
It
guys
was
have to,
hiding.
you guys have to
Hindsight.
tell me what you rolled. I need to refresh the page real quick.
14.
All right, so that one's a success. So you both take 1 point of damage, and Newell is staggered, and Zeleri is not.
What? For 1 turn?
Yeah, staggered for 1 turn. Yeah. Oh man, what the
Bless
heck?
you.
Man, my whole roll 20 page just crashed.
That means we win.
Couldn't handle it.
I think you were winning anyway, even without my technical difficulties. But I shall
Hey,
turn the
dude.
tide. I swear it.
They didn't realize we just leveled.
Wait, what? You're level 7 now? The guild's not paying enough for this. All right. So if you've forgotten what staggered does, if you click on the journal and go down to the rules references, there's a conditions,
There's a delicious.
a delicious conditions, and staggered means you can only take a single move or standard action each round and can't take reactions, but you can take swift actions as normal.
Yeah, you know what's delicious, Mike? Girl Scout cookies.
No, not for me. Okay. And there was only one of those guys left, so now it is Li Xiao Shou's turn. She's not liking the odds right now. Things are not going like they were supposed to. But she cannot leave without taking a shot at Cypher.
Bad move, kid.
And
22 will hit.
Okay, and she got the trick attack, so she does 18 points of damage, fire damage to you.
To who?
To Cypher.
Which
Which
one?
one?
Oh, good point.
Yeah.
So, out of 3, what number is actually you?
We'll say 5-6 is actually me.
I'm actually going to roll a 1d3, so.
Oh, okay. 3 is me.
He's
So
saying 5, 6 is him.
Yeah. 5 or a 6 on a D3 is me.
All right, so I rolled a 2, so it hit one of the clones. It pops, and you are safe. She kind of like blasts and blows away. You see the smile come on her face, and as the clone, the shadow clone dissipates, she realizes she's made a mistake and shot the wrong one. And she turns into a scowl, and then she starts to move away.
Sorry, kid. You ain't getting away that easy.
Definitely not.
Kuma. Kuma is up here. Kuma has been hit pretty hard. And I'm going to say 1 is Valeria, because you've both done And 2 is Newell. You both done a lot of damage to him. Oh, wait, but you're both right there. He's going to do a full attack and attack both of you once.
Oh.
So the first attack listed will be against the Zelaria, and the second one will be against Newell.
Really like
Yep,
you right now.
'cause that's who we roll. What is the Zelaria's KAC?
It's above the
All right, so on your character sheet in the defenses section, yeah, the KAC.
You miss Newell.
20.
Did I miss both of you?
Both of us.
Ha!
Because of that comment he made about females, we all just dodged and made funny faces at him. I'm going to stick my tongue out, personally.
Either that or right as he was about to attack and he just couldn't handle it.
Yep, Zelaria. Yeah, darn it.
Ow! Damn it!
Ah, the cat's working for me now. Newell?
What?
You're up.
Oh. Crap.
Your staggered save 1 action.
You're adorable, but your little nails are sharp, asshole.
Or make one. Where is that?
Oh, no.
I don't think you hit.
Oh.
And a 9, I don't think hits.
Yeah, no, you go to inject him, and yeah, he sees you what you're about to do, and he kind of slaps your hand to the side. So you can't deliver the attack to him, unfortunately.
You were a little staggered, so it's understandable.
All right, Cypher.
Are there rules for maybe with a pistol you can't do this, with a laser pistol you can't do this, but are there rules for like not dealing a deadly attack? Are there rules for like setting your phasers to stun or something like that? Like in Pathfinder where you could do like a non-lethal attack and
Yeah, it may be
Stun.
just like Pathfinder, but I can't remember if that's one thing they actually changed. I want to say they did, but I'm not 100%. So we could just say you're choosing to do non-lethal damage.
okay.
Yep, that's fine. Set phasers to stun.
All right. Set phasers to stun.
Now,
Trick attack.
just for the record, did you say that on the comms or not?
What's that?
Did you act?
Yeah, I'll over the comms. I'll tell everybody Lee's getting away. Stop her, but don't kill her.
Don't.
So.
What do you mean, don't kill her?
She kill
So
you.
my trick attack.
Yep.
Will make her off target, and she'll take an additional 10 fire damage.
Wow.
And then my laser pistol.
All right, that's a hit. All right, so you do 21 points of damage total.
Yep.
All right, yeah. So you blast her, and she gets this. She actually gets this hurt look on her face as your the laser fire slams into her side and almost spins her around, and she's looking back at you. How could you do this to me?
Stop now, kid. It only gets worse.
Switch.
Drop your weapons. Tell your crew to drop their weapons, or it only gets worse.
And it is your turn, Matt.
Okay. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hey, bitch.
Oh my God, your numbers are all out of whack. Here, I'll fix
What's
it.
that?
On his bars, they're all like over the limit.
The token never updated from the character sheet from
Yeah.
level 7.
Yeah, something happened with the character sheet update for Starfinder. I'll look into it between sessions and get it fixed.
All right, so no full round attack, just one. And if at all possible, I will stop short of completely splatterfying her.
All right, just don't
I
crit.
appreciate it.
Personal favor.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't see your attack. So yeah, 24 definitely hits. 18 hit points drops her to there. You slash through her, and she kind of shakes a little bit with the electricity, and you leave this long gash across the top of her collarbone and then across her chest. She kind of reaches up with her free hand and grabs the wound as you see like a mix of blood and cybernetic fluids start leaking out from different parts of her chest.
Last chance.
I don't listen to property. Ryder.
Wow.
Oh, that was the wrong thing to say.
Oh,
Now you will die.
Oh, crap.
Wow.
That was the exact wrong thing to say.
I'm not even mad that you're about to kill her.
What did she say?
I don't listen to property.
Wow.
Kid always did have a mouth on her.
Yeah.
Not for long.
That's just wrong.
All right, Steven, it is Ryder's turn.
All right. Ryder is going to.
Oh, you don't have another attack, Matt?
I
thought you had a second attack. I fully expected you to just paste her right then and there.
I was wondering about that, and I don't know if do I have a second attack at 7th level? I don't know.
Does Soldier
I
give
think-
you another one?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I was looking, and I didn't look that up earlier because I was thinking about it.
All right.
It's
I'm
Shoot.
just.
it's a full attack thing. So you still you only have full attacks, which give you the second attack, and then some classes get 3 or 4 with full attacks.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So since you didn't,
But you moved, so
Yeah,
but you
just-
moved, so you can't full attack.
Right.
But do I have any line of sight at her, with full cover or whatever from here?
yeah, she has cover from you around the corner, but yeah, you can see her.
Okay, I'm gonna do a move action to say, let's get them, guys, and I will spend a resolve point, so it's everyone all within 60 feet of me. So I believe it's just the 2 that are close to me. I can't reach the ones up top.
Okay.
And then I will take my standard action to use a full attack action to shoot. I will try to shoot her, and I will try to shoot him 1 each.
Okay.
So I guess he will be the first, and he will be the second.
You want the dog boy to be the first?
Well, yeah, I guess, or can I shoot her?
You could pick whichever one. If you want to shoot her first and then him second, that's fine.
We'll just do that.
All right, that hits, and you drop her.
That was with the warning that Cypher had said, by the way.
Okay, so you're choosing just to knock her to non-lethal. Okay, so she is not dead; she is just unconscious.
I make Herb stomp her into the deck.
And the 14, your 14 actually clips off of Drez's armor across his back.
What?
Telling you to finish the guy off already. Jeez.
All right. Hold on.
Encouragement.
Zalaria.
I want you to get him.
So the first thing you want to, did you get him apply to purple? Or was he too far away?
No, it does not apply to purple.
Okay, all right. So what would you like to do, Kimber? You are
What-
now fully attuned. If you'd like to go supernova, you can position yourself and do so.
Where do I need to position myself?
So, according to your supernova, your range. Pulling up your sheet now.
I just want to make something go boom tonight.
You know what? I think it's actually your sheet that's causing me problems.
It wouldn't be surprising.
Because I just
I've
clicked
had
on
a
your sheet and it just crashed me again. Your sheet's not supposed to be a weapon against me.
Well, you're no longer an ally, so
Wait, what?
not you, Mike, the GM.
Oh. You mean the person who keeps attacking us for no reason?
Yeah, your solar explosion is only protected against allies, so still gets it.
Eh. Ow, asshole. Dude, if someone
Okay.
want a cat? Like, seriously?
So I'll tell you what. Easy way to do it is just go ahead and roll your solar, your power.
Okay.
Because yeah, for whatever reason, I can't get into your character sheet right now without crashing.
It's under the abilities.
Yeah, it'll be under your abilities. Now you will want to position yourself, but so yeah, go ahead and roll the power first, so I can see the range on it. Supernova, there we go. Okay, 10-foot range. So what you would want to do, so this will actually happen before the power goes off. You can try and position yourself right now you're going to hit one of them for sure, the one who's close to you. You could try to position yourself to also hit this one, but you would provoke from purple in getting to that position.
Yeah, that's fine.
Unless you want to try an acrobatics check to roll to that spot, so you don't provoke. Oh wait, that's not Starfighter. Is that Starfighter? That's not Starfighter. Never mind.
I could try.
No, that's a different system. Just
They don't have tumble. They don't have an equivalent of tumble.
Yeah, I'm double checking super fast.
Actually,
yeah,
if I'm not mistaken, I think I remembered seeing it as a feat or something.
Nope, it's actually part of the acrobatics skill. So if you want to make an acrobatics check to try and move there without provoking, you can go ahead and do that real quick. Or you can just blast where you are and blow away the big guy.
I did a thing.
Okay, so you try and roll there. That's not really something they teach Solarians. So you actually do provoke as you move to there. So he's going to get a hit on you.
Yeah, that's cool.
Come on, character sheet. He swings at you with those glowing gauntlets of his. 24 hits you, you take another 15 points of bludgeoning damage.
Do I at least kill his ass?
You probably will. So they get a reflex save for half. And the reflex save. So he made his reflex save for half. And the guild dude. What the heck is that?
It'll make sense in just 1 second.
That's my new ringtone.
You skipped forward.
It's time to go boom. We're Caesar and Bunny, and we like the boom. Dude, those are that was middle school in South Florida, man. That's where that stuff came from.
I remember that.
I'm happy to say I don't remember that.
Really? Come on.
Ali reminded me of it, and we had to play it.
That's awesome.
And we like the boom.
All right, so you blow up, as you see there, and fill the center of the ship with flames and explosives. But that's just
I said safe, right?
technicality. You kill the green up here, and his body turns to paste as he slams into the door that he so wished he could have gone through. You completely scour the back of purple, but he's actually still standing. He kind of looks at you and wonders if he attacked the wrong target. And it is Umal's turn down here. He's not liking what you did to him with his weapon, so he actually, you see his two giant maws of hands like open up, and he opens up his arms and reaches around and tries to grab you.
Just step towards her. Just dying on.
Wow.
And I crit it. So he wraps his arms around your arms and kind of squeezes down and then claps his hands behind your back, and he has you pinned. And actually, it is your turn to react. He's got you restrained.
Okay,
Ooh! That was a crit on the attack. Does this apply? No, this doesn't apply. Put that back in the deck, in the middle. All right.
Okay, so what does the restraint condition say?
Restrain condition. All right. Let's grab conditions here. Restrain says... Oh, it's not... I'm sorry. Multiple games in my head. You are just grappled. You cannot move or take two-handed actions. You take a -2 to your AC. Most attack rolls, reflex saves, initiative checks, and dex-based skill or ability checks, and you cannot make attacks of opportunity.
Okay. But I can still make an attack, I just can't make a two-handed attack.
Right.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to grin at him. I'm just going to take my head back, and I'm going to just headbutt him with my horns in the front of my head.
Okay.
Like hurl on him with some breath weapon.
Oh, I wish I had a breath weapon. Oh, one day maybe.
That's the thing. You could get that installed if you wanted.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, once we put my equipment back together, I mean.
Oh, dude, yes. Okay, we'll talk about that.
Okay.
I'm gonna burp on you.
Here's another question. Could I full attack? Yes or no?
No, you cannot full attack.
Okay, so I just take my head back and wham!
And that hits.
Crap damage, though. Oh, crap damage.
So he's got immense strength, and he's kind of lifting you up a little bit. So his hands stay locked around you, but you see his head like reel back, and his forehead splits open, and blood starts oozing down, and his eyes like are spinning around the little circles in his head, but he's still holding tight to you.
Little bird goes fleeting around. Canary.
All right. There are no guild bounty hunters left. They are gone. All right, and then is Li Xiaoshou, who is also unconscious. It is Kuma's turn, who is barely standing. All right, well, he's committed to the action now, so he can't. Well, he can take a 5. He can take a guarded step, realizing that he's left a Solarian to toast his back. And this is going to be a full attack. First one misses, but the second one hits you as he pummels you from behind for 22 more points of bludgeoning.
Ouch.
Those guys hit hard.
Yeah, they do hit hard. Newell.
Oh, yeah.
You are no longer staggered.
She knows she wants to. Yeah, because you're not moving. So
Oh, so you blast him?
Yeah.
You blast him for 11 points of damage. You summon your magic and send the bolts of force out that go flying towards him.
Namesake.
He has 11 hit points.
Oh yeah. Almost namesake.
Almost. And you
You
drop
did
him.
1 point too much.
I'm still working on this. I'll get there.
But you have freed up the combatants here in the hallway. And now we go down to Cypher.
All right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. Puts me, I'm going to basically move right over Lee.
Okay. Here, let me push her to back.
And move right over Lee. And as I go by Switch, I kind of look at him and I'm like, the kid's got a mouth on her. Just chill out. She's got a mouth on her, but chill out. And then I'm going to trick attack. Is that Kuma that's still left there in the hallway?
That is Umal.
What's that?
Umal.
Umal.
Kuma's
Okay.
out of the fight. We remove him from it.
Okay. I will trick attack Umal.
Kuma squishy.
All right. Oh yeah. Yeah, you crit the check.
And
Jeez.
then I will.
Just,
Are you allowed to roll crit damage on a trick attack?
No, actually you can't. But
It's just the third.
So it's just the 13.
just the 13.
Ooh, but as per usual,
Yeah,
I missed on the laser shit.
If you remember, according to our new house rule too, that first roll was just for the damage. So it was the trick attack is automatic because Drez is right next to him.
I thought they had to be like flanking
yeah,
him.
Never mind. Yeah, I'm sorry. You're right. If like Switch was on the other side, you'd get it. No, so you did it right.
Right. If they're flanking him.
You get a +1 because I'm next to the guy, if that helps.
Let me double check. Does it?
And you have a +1 from the get 'em.
That turns that into a 17, which is a hit.
Woo woo.
Oh, sweet. Thanks, guys. So 11 plus 13 is 24 points of fire damage.
What we do, Cypher. What we do.
Yeah, the
Like
blast.
I said, I'm hanging with a better crew these days.
Yeah, the laser fire rips through his shoulder, and you kind of see his left arm goes limp as you tear through the musculature in the shoulder, and he lets go of Drez. It kind of drops back a little bit.
Woo.
Switch.
Is there any?
I look at Switch, and I just shake my head, and you see just the fire in the one eye that's real, and the other one just kind of gets red. I will go ahead and step over the body and step up to the other guy.
Oh, you had me there. I thought you were
I
going to kill her.
appreciate it. I appreciate you not pasting the kid. She's young and dumb, but she doesn't deserve. But she doesn't deserve to die.
One more dumb move, and she will be separated from this universe.
You got my word. That won't happen.
Is Switch going to... oh, I see your roll there. Man, your rolls aren't signaling me for some reason. Yeah, you slash into him, and you finish off Umal.
I can probably glue her mouth shut for a little while if you like.
We might need that.
Eventually.
Congratulations.
We might need that.
That was fun.
So you have defeated the bounty hunters who had taken advantage of your ship.
All right, next we're gonna have to install some anti-personnel weaponry.
Computers or something.
Next time,
What
tell
we-
Wesley not to leave the keys on the dock.
What we need is like an electrocution system that, like, we all have a thing on our armor that keeps it from electrocuting us, but any life form on the ship that isn't holding one of these units gets electrocuted.
I
Like a
think you need to.
bio-identify.
I think you need to mention that to Wesley, and I'm sure that he can make a contraption to do that.
The problem is can they hack it and then either turn ours off or make them seem like us?
Like
Not
in
if we put enough countermeasures on it.
like in Superman 2.
But I'll tell you,
The red
pretty-
was outside of the glass.
they pretty much had to crit their roll to get through our systems. Oh, they did? There you go.
All right, job well done. So you've got these bounty hunters littering the ship at this point, and there's
Littering the ship.
Call a maid. Is there a cleanup crew?
I may have to go to the tech workshop and like beat on some things to release some extra anger.
Yeah.
I did not like getting called property.
So are we gonna like take her to the med bay and strap her down and
Dissect her?
no,
Ooh,
I
seriously?
was gonna pick her up and then let you talk to her, depending on whether or not we're gluing her mouth shut.
I think we need to glue her mouth shut. I'm just saying.
I mean, maybe we could get enough info from a nod yes or a nod no.
You can always probe her brain. I mean, it's possible.
Wiggle your toes if you're
Yeah, you could. When you said medical bay, I was actually thinking about the escape pod. You can just hook her into an escape pod. Hover your hand over the ejection button.
We just got headbutted in the mouth by a cat.
Can do like the real crew of the Raza and just space her.
You wanna revive her and start getting some information?
Yeah, that probably ought to be a good idea.
So let me give you guys control. Oh, I can't. Okay, so where are you going to move her to?
Yeah, because we don't have a medical bay.
the synthesis bay. We could try and I'm sure we can strap her to a table. I mean, at worst, I can put her in the dining room
Take
table.
her to the cargo hold. Just strap her to the top of some cargo.
That works.
Wes is working in there.
Oh, dude.
Engineering.
Okay.
Down at the bottom.
A girl made out of technology? What are you talking about? Wesley's going to fall in love.
Oh, trouble. Keep him away.
Yeah, we'll keep them separate. It's a good thing he's not here. Go ahead, go do your thing. This is between you guys.
I will walk back to Newell and what is it? Is it what's her name again? Kimber?
Valeria.
Zolaria.
And I'll just kind of like nod and be like, pretty good, pretty impressive in the hand-to-hand, you guys. Good job. Good lips.
Yeah, I'm for a squishy. I didn't handle that too bad.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna like walk up to them and talk about some mating ritual now that you've seen their valor in battle.
No, I'm woke, so no.
Nice.
I don't even know where to go from there.
So, has she coming around yet, or?
Well
Oh,
secured.
yeah. Yeah, it doesn't take long. You know, you pull out the smelling
Okay.
salts and you wake her up.
What was the verdict on the mouth shut?
Oh boy.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Just
Got it.
keep
Blue is
keep
handy.
switch on the other side of the ship for the time being,
Got it.
in case she decides to get mouthy again. So start talking, kid. How'd you end up with the guild?
Back with the guild.
She kind of
No, we
turns her
were
head away from you.
The last time I saw her, we were robbing the guild. We had a contract out to hack the guild. How'd you end up with them?
Like you really want to know. If you cared, you would have come
What's that?
after me.
Look, kid, stuff happens, you know? I figured you would take care of yourself. I just didn't figure you'd do it by joining up with them.
They didn't give me much of a choice, not after they caught me. Jacked me up pretty good. Started turning me into this. Injected me with all sorts of shit so I couldn't walk away.
Man, that's rough. So why'd they send you after us?
You know about the bounty on you. You know how much you're worth right now. And the guild's been looking for a way to get you back for a while. They bought that bounty out. No one else was coming after you besides us. She kind of realizes what she just said.
That's all this was about, was money? This didn't have nothing to do with anything but money, is what you're telling me.
Clearly, the bounty needed to be higher. We need a higher class of bounty actors.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Well, it was money to them. That's not what I was here for. I wanted to get you back for leaving me. Leaving me with them. I wouldn't be like this if it weren't for you.
Don't cry me a river, kid.
No one ever said life was fair, kid.
So where's your new charge?
But you're telling me this
you're
was
taking care of him
you're
like you
telling
took care
me
of
this was all about money. Wesley's a decent kid. I'll be honest. He doesn't have your skills with the weapons, but the kid's got a sharp mind on him. He's good with his hands.
That's what she said.
But you're telling me this was all just about money.
To them it was.
I'm trying to figure out if this has anything to do, if they were sent after us because this has anything to do with the what's the crap we're supposed to be going to find.
Oh, okay. I see what you're doing. All right. So give me a diplomacy check.
Or whatever the heck it is.
Stellar degenerator.
Degenerator, yes. That this doesn't have anything to do with the stellar degenerator.
All right. Do you actually use that wording, or are you going to try and allude to it?
No, I'm not dropping that at all. I'm just trying to find out if she was strictly out here trying to collect a bounty, or if there was some other reason why she was sent to screw with us.
Are you going to help with?
She goes, the bounty was big enough, the guild couldn't stay away from it, but I wanted a chance to get you back. That's why me and my crew took the job.
So the bounty, I'm a little confused now. So the bounty wasn't by the guild. The guild was just trying to collect a bounty that someone else put on us?
Yes.
Yeah, someone else put the bounty is just out there. And the guild
They just bought it so that nobody else could collect on it. They want to collect.
Well, that's not the way bounties work. Somebody puts the bounty out.
Yeah, someone did. Yeah, but she's not telling you who that is.
Well, that's what I'm asking.
Maybe she doesn't know. Maybe she's not high enough on the totem pole.
Well,
Can I analyze her to see what she said? They had her on a bunch of chemicals, so she had to go back and stuff. Can I analyze medically analyze her?
Yes.
I'll assist with that. Now that I've been learning from you.
Yeah, you run a bioscan, and you can say you can see the parts that are still biological. Like she's hopped up on Zoids and a whole bunch of other narcotics and whatnot. You can
Is this something I can counter, or?
You might be able to concoct something to lessen it, but she is definitely in addict mode right now.
Do you have anything in your...
And back to you, Bill. She kind of looks at you and she said, if you're trying to find out who had the bounty on you, we never found out. I mean, you know how the accountants work. They contacted a Mr. Johnson, and they bought out the bounty so no one else could claim it. We wanted this one. But if you're trying to find out who originally put the bounty on you, we have no idea. You know that's not how it works. Everything's behind layers. Layers and layers.
All right. I'm going to go talk to Ryder and Newell away from her. I'm going to leave her tied up for a minute.
Okay.
Go talk to Ryder and Newell. And I'll ask Newell, is there any way you can reverse what they've done to her?
She's pretty messed up. She's, I mean, maybe it would take some time.
This isn't the kind of thing that just you instantly recover from.
No, I get that. It's not like you're going to snap your fingers and fix the kid. But I mean, if we kept her here on a ship for a while, under close surveillance, and Newell did her magic on her, is there any way we could,
to be honest,
reverse it?
To be honest, given some time, we might be able to heal her body, but frankly, I don't know about her mental state.
That's what I'm asking. Can we dry her out? Can we get her off of these drugs? Can we sober her up?
Mike, do we know that for certain?
Like any situation like this, it would be difficult.
And it would depend on her, any addict.
Yes. Yeah.
I
so you could
I can't
provide
help
the
feeling
opportunity, but someone's going to have to get through to her and get her to want to get straight.
I mean, I'd never admit it to the kid, but she's got a point. I did kind of hang her out to dry. I feel a little responsible for this.
Well,
I'd like to rehab her if we could.
I think Newell and I, Newell being the primary and my newfound skills to help her, we can administer long-term care for her. But like I said, and I think like Mike said, you're
gonna have to have some serious conversations with her to get her head straight.
Yeah.
That might be up to you.
It's more about her will to want to push through this than us being able to help clean her body.
We don't have a brig on this ship, do we?
No, you currently do not. No.
I think the last time we had a brig, we locked them in the crew quarters. Oh, that was the other ship.
We don't need a dining room,
that was
right?
the Acreon. You used the crew quarters as the jail cell for the space goblins.
There are 2 bathrooms.
Could we makeshift one of the crew quarters, like work the door so that it locks from the outside, and we could lock her into one of the crew quarters and keep her?
Yeah, you could do that.
I'll be honest.
Keep her locked up.
Her ability to hack the system.
Would a bathroom be better? I mean, we could put a bed in a bathroom, but you take all the. Just saying.
The toilet. Can she toilet on the sleep? I don't know.
Look, she can have my quarters. I'll sleep in the damn cargo hold. I just don't want to turn the kid out.
All right.
Oh, I'll turn her out right out the fucking airlock.
Well, she's going to be sleeping on this crate for a little while, so.
Is this a new vocal modulator for the Android? I didn't realize they could curse. Trying out a new subroutine.
All kinds of things about me you don't know yet.
Yeah, clearly you've got a higher
Everybody
bounty. What's that
upgraded
about?
when they hit 7. Ooh, what was that about? Should we ask her that? Why did the android have a higher bounty?
Your friend there? He's a wanted member of the abolitionist front. The android abolitionist front. I'm kind of surprised to see a group of starfinders running around with a criminal like that. He's a known terrorist.
You may not know this, but I'm kind of a big deal.
Interesting, and you were able to work your way into the Starfinder Society. Are you saying you're reformed?
I wouldn't go that far.
You know, let's just say I might revisit old habits.
I
What?
have a certain skill set.
A skill set
All right.
involves
That makes me
smashing squishies
That
like
makes
you
me
and
a
I.
nightmare for people like you.
Yeah. You don't want to know how many deaths that droid's responsible for.
It'll be one more if you call me property one more time.
I thought we were doing this a week.
With him.
Oh.
All right. Well, Cypher, I don't have any problems with her tagging along, but you're gonna have to take good care of her mind while we work her body.
And we're gonna have to set quite a guard to her because I'm concerned about her getting.
We already know that she's able to cause some havoc on this ship with the computer systems.
Oh, I'm happy to stand guard duty as much as possible.
He said,
You
I appreciate you guys not turning the kid out.
You owe me one, Rat.
I'm good as long as she doesn't try to mess with me.
more like we appreciate you being part of the team.
Well,
With
you guys are a decent crew. It's for sure.
that comment, you see a little tear kind of come out of the corner of Rez's eye.
Was that tear or was that sweat?
Okay.
It's
enough.
All right, so I'll take her over there in my crew quarters and I'll rig up the door so that she can't get out, and I'll tell her, look, kid, we're going to help you out. Make sure that you don't have to go back to the guild. You can take the help, or your life can be miserable.
She kind of scowls a bit and then turns away from you. You can tell she at this
You
point.
think about it.
So for the door, go ahead and give me an engineering check to rig up the door from the outside.
Everybody help! All the engineering.
We need Wesley here to rig that.
Yeah, really, we need Wesley.
You don't want me to help on that.
Ouch.
There we go.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, between the three of you. Although, in an odd turn of events, Newill's actually detrimental to the work with her fumble there. And this time around, Cypher and Switch actually get the job done. Something
It's too
happened.
busy helping her.
She's still computing all the chemicals that she had fed. So her mind.
So yeah,
Stuff.
you were able to create a concoction that you think, or if you keep administering it over a long term, it will start helping to clean her out and combat the urges that she's definitely going to be feeling at some point. And I assume that was administered to her as you were locking her in the room.
Yeah. And I'm sure it'll be an ongoing thing.
Yep. Okay. All right. So in the meantime, so you take some time because you need to do a bit of repairs. Wesley's able to put together the power core, the bit of damage that was done to it, and realign everything in fairly short order. After a few hours, get the Raza back up and running. And that's Wesley's contribution for the session.
Wesley.
So, what you attempted to begin several hours before, the Raza powers up again and hums to life, and you find yourself flying away from the city of Orphis. It takes a little less than an hour to make orbit around the planet to get a safe distance away for a drift jump. And I'm going to need you to do switch since you're back in the pilot chair for us. I'm going to need you to give me a piloting check so you can set up the navigation. This is going to be a very long jump. When you take a look at the coordinates, this is pretty far out there in the vast.
We do have better drift engines, though.
That you do, so that will speed up the time, depending on what you roll.
Does he get an assist?
Yep. Does someone want to help him with the navigation?
Yeah, who else is good at navigation?
I think Cypher.
I've got 12 for piloting.
I think Cypher was working his way up to take over.
Yeah, I've got 15.
Number have anything?
Switch, good job.
I was gonna say roll anything but a 1 to assist. All right, so Switch is a -1 because it was a 1 on the die. Drez is a +2, so you have a +1 bonus. And I'm sorry, a +3 bonus for Cypher's check there. So, oh, I'm sorry, Switch was the main roll.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all right. So we will add your bonuses. So that's +4. So that's a 17, but you did roll a 1. So I'll have some fun with that.
Is there more help?
Yeah, so we
Anybody else?
wind up where?
So we wind up how far away?
All right, what's the new drift engine rating?
We're at 2, so we're 1 higher than what it was.
Okay.
Anybody else have piloting skills?
Oh, wait. So let me add this. All right. So 17 divided by 2, so 16, 8. All right. So you have a lot of difficulty plotting the navigation, but after some extra time, you eventually do put together a path, and you think you can get yourself to the destination in about 8 days through the drift. But you know, even after you run the numbers and you punch everything into the system, you just have this nagging feeling that, man, I probably could have done that a whole lot better. Could have got us there a whole lot sooner.
Probably.
Like it could have been a couple hours.
And the ship jumps off into the drift, and you begin your journey. All right, so now you do have 8 days of travel time between now and when you reach your destination, whatever's on the other side.
That's enough to get her through withdrawal.
Right? Maybe.
So if you want, so the so the drugs are going to continue to be administered. Really, it's going to come down to Cypher. So how does Cypher want to approach this problem over the long term?
So probably just, as much as I hate to say it, because it's probably one of my worst skills. It's probably just going to be like diplomacy checks, right? To talk to her about, our past, try to convince her that, she can go on the straight and narrow and, leave the guild. And...
Hey, Mike, can I facilitate this discussion for them?
You can. Yep.
Mediate. Maybe this is more like a fatherly skill.
Kind of like.
What's your rank in fathering?
Kind of like. Tell us how you feel.
I don't know. If you ask my kids, my rank's pretty low, but
Now, Cypher, don't interrupt her. She's trying to tell us how she feels.
I think his fathering skill is really low. He left me with the guild.
I'm not really a father. I'm more like that uncle that shows up every now and then and gives you a beer.
Some candy.
She kind of sobs. When it comes to showing compassion, he rolls a 1d4.
As much as possible, I'll help facilitate the conversation between them.
Okay, so I'll let you give an assist, and Bill, I'm going to need you to make a diplomacy check.
Okay.
So you're going to roll, we'll break it into 2 checks. For the first few days, you're mostly, all right, so yeah, Ryder succeeds in assisting. Oh, wow, good roll.
Nice.
So the
Good
first
start.
few days, or actually go. So she's healing from her wounds from the battle, and she actually recovers fairly quickly. There's something coursing through her body from the augmentation she's been giving that kind of knit not only her biological parts, but her mechanical parts, knit her back together fairly quickly over time. And at least for the first couple of days, you're actually able to get through her very well. But the truth is, the first few days are always the easiest. As time begins to wear on and more of the drugs start to clear out of her systems, the cravings begin to grow stronger and stronger, and she becomes much more irritable towards the later half of the trip.
She wakes up from the first part and is like, "Why do my eyes hurt?" Like, because you never used them.
Before I forget, can we double check that there's not like some sort of tracking on her or any of the other bodies we hopefully disposed of, or no way for her to send signals back to them?
Yeah, you can run a scan.
Bioscan.
Is that bio or computers or what?
So you're scanning her specifically. Yeah, give me a life sciences check.
Well, we would have spaced the other bodies. I mean, we wouldn't be carrying the bodies of the others.
But we also really
would just
scanned the ship. They were all in the ship for a while. I mean, who knows that they didn't put some sort of program in our stuff that's tracking exactly where we're going?
We got 8 days to figure that out.
I know. I'm just saying we need to do that while we're, in Land.
Good call.
Okay. So yeah, you do a scan of her specifically, and while you don't quite understand all of the augmentations that have been done to her, you can definitely tell that none of them are like a tracer or anything like that.
Okay. All right, so now
none of them are tracking devices.
Yeah, none of the devices on her are definitely tracking devices. You are certain about that. Now the ship, on the other hand,
a computer scan?
How do you want to approach? You want to run some scans to see if you can find anything on the ship?
Well, let's start with checking the code to make sure they didn't put anything in the code in the computers.
Okay.
And then maybe we do some scans.
Yeah, let's ensure that all our countermeasures are still in place, that they didn't mess with anything. I want you guys to full system sweep.
Very detailed, very patient, very careful.
So yeah, Cypher and Newell set out to do, and they do a pretty hard scrub of the code, the operating system, and the ancillary stuff for the ship itself. And you can see that in the time they had, that Lee was starting to get in and play around with it, but she had only just started building some artifacts, and you're able, you find some malware in bad places and whatnot, and you're able to scrub it all out. And after a couple days' work, you think you've actually cleaned out the Raza, anything they would have left behind. But mostly what she left behind, you can tell, was designed to continue to interfere with the functions of the ship and cause, issues, not necessarily to send out any kind of signal for anyone.
And we cleaned out all the issues stuff?
Yeah, you cleaned up all the issues, so you're not worried about those anymore.
Okay. Now that was software. Is Wesley going to check the hardware?
Well, Wesley's not here.
Okay, so that's engineering. Does anybody else have engineering?
He's doing engine stuff, yeah.
I have engineering. Does anybody else have engineering? Cypher?
I have some, yeah. I got engineering.
I have 11 in engineering.
Okay.
I have 18.
Don't worry, Newell can do everything.
Shut up. Okay, those are 3 good rolls.
Newell's the science brainiac.
Nerd.
Today I actually hit something too.
Hey, you did. Your new spells.
All right. So you do a thorough sweep of the ship. You go through all the easy access, the rooms and whatnot, and you don't find anything. But when you actually get down into the bowel of the ship, on about the 2nd or 3rd day, so you're at the day 7 of the trip. Unfortunately, you do find
the 2nd or the 3rd day, or day 7.
I'm sorry, day 7. I meant to say the second half. Anyway, it came out all wrong. That'll be edited out of the video. On the 7th day, you actually stumble across a tracking device that looks like it's been installed in the lower bowels of the ship.
And you wonder why I drove around in circles for a little while.
Brilliant.
Good cover up.
Brilliant.
I bought it.
Whoever's tracking's like, who's their navigator?
So yeah, there's like this black board with the circuitry all over it with a small power module, and it looks like it's gone through this like bony like cable system that's hooked into the comm systems of the ship, and you can tell that it's actually transmitting data out that's being sent out across your comms, telling someone where you're at.
You said it was bony?
Yes.
Who's this pilot?
So
Incredibly incompetent.
that may not have been set by them. That sounds like it's Eoxian.
If we talk to her,
Give me
can we
a
find
culture check.
Yeah.
What's that?
Give me a
Culture
culture check.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah, an examination over the device. You haven't unhooked anything or whatnot yet, and you realize, this is Eoxian technology.
So someone
So-
else.
we need to ask her if she did this or somebody else has been on her ship.
I don't think that's her. I think that's somebody else.
Well, they could have been
I
doing
think the
it for somebody.
I think the Eoxians have been tracking us.
Well, not necessarily
Like
the
all
Eoxians.
along, or
It could be the corpse fleet because they use Eoxian technology.
Yep.
That too.
at least worth questioning.
So if you want to, I assume you're going to want to take it out, or you want to leave it in?
No, we want to rip it out and space it.
Wait,
Can we
can we hack it and send misinformation?
You can try and hack it. Give me a computer check if you want to slice into the device.
Cypher, are we doing this?
I guess we're doing this.
Heck yeah.
And get your feet.
I guess you're doing this because I should tell ain't doing that.
That was a botch and a crit.
Wow.
Like I said, you're doing this.
Maybe you need some coffee.
He's about to do it, and she just like immediately smacks his hand away.
Don't touch that wire.
Go get some coffee.
She finds a small explosive device on the bottom of the power thing and pushes Cypher out of the way and dismantles the explosive and pulls it away from the tracking device. You slice into it, and you're actually able to get some data off of it readily, pretty quickly. And you realize, looking through the data you're finding, that this was actually installed weeks ago.
Oh, crap.
Before you left Absalon Station the first time.
Oh. And can we tell where it's sending?
Oh, a back trace.
Go ahead and give me a computer check.
Dang, I was thinking that 40.
I was really thinking that might do the trick.
Okay, you can tell based on what it's transmitting that it's not directional, so it's not going to a particular location, but it is transmitting across a particular frequency.
What's the frequency, Kenneth?
It's 37.726 gigawatts.
We're gigahertz.
Like-
We're gonna
Gigahertz,
Great
my bad.
Scott.
My thanks. Yeah, thank you. Not watts,
We're-
anything.
we're gonna quiz you on this later. So remember that number.
Well, yeah, that's why I got a video of it. So
Cheater.
And since we're so far in the future, I totally would have said like tetrahertz or something.
oh yeah.
Petahertz,
Because we're definitely in 220 or something.
at least G20.
Space G20. Okay.
Damn. Someone's been tracking us this whole time.
That
I'm glad
they
we
have.
spent a whole lot of money on security and countermeasures.
Well, we did focus on the software countermeasures, not the hardware countermeasures.
Well, at least we finally found it.
I want to know how come there's a level of the ship I didn't even know existed.
The maintenance access.
You're on a need-to-know basis.
The maintenance access ports have been there since the beginning.
You know what?
The captain of the ship doesn't need to know what goes on down in engineering. He just needs to know there's a bunch of red shirts running down to fix things.
You know what, Newell? You're small enough. Like, crawl all the conduits of the ship and figure out if there's any spaces that we're unaware of. We don't want any stowaways either. Isn't that how the Raza had?
That's how we got 6.
Yeah.
So you find an android in stasis. When you turn it on, she says her name is 7.
Of 9?
7 of 9. But
You're free, my sister.
At least you got it, Mike.
Yeah, I got it.
7 of 9? Yeah, I don't get that.
It's a Borg thing.
Yeah, it's a Borg
Yeah.
thing. The from Star Trek Voyager. Yeah.
Also, wasn't she in the
There's no
next...
also. It was Voyager.
Didn't she first appear in Next Generation then? Just Voyager?
No, yeah, they found her on Voyager.
That was Voyager.
Oh, okay. I thought she had like a kid. Somebody else.
Nope. Okay, so
Yep.
We found all the stuff with the ship now.
Yeah, you have cleaned the ship from tip to toe. I mean, except the outside, but that's kind of hard while you're traveling through the drift.
Is it?
Great.
I'm
What?
sure.
Not for Switch.
I'm sure I can graze an asteroid or two.
Why?
Scrape it off.
Can we just
Why?
scan it?
Why have Switch do it when we have Wesley?
Or his Tim X?
Poor Tim.
Send the property out there.
Can we just scan?
Oh no!
Oh, snap!
Why is everyone going snap?
Oh boy.
So between
I'm
Switch,
gonna have to kill a bitch.
between Switch and Tim-X and plenty of pairs of magnetic boots, you do your Star Trek spacewalk across the ship and run some scans, and you don't find anything suspicious on the outside of the craft.
We've thoroughly checked. And we've thrown them off our trail.
Yep.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I mean, you hacked the system and we know the frequency, but you haven't actually started sending false information yet.
Oh, crap. Okay, send the false information.
All right. So it mostly was transmitting, your coordinates. So what coordinates do you want it to send?
Where did we send them?
Let's send them back to the free captain space.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a computer's check to send them back to free captain territory.
Yeah, he's really trying to fail. Okay.
He's just waiting for you to actually do poorly.
Come on, Cypher.
I haven't had very much luck on computers here lately.
One more.
Hey,
All right. You are fairly confident that you prep the algorithms right, and you start the system transmitting again, and it is reaching out, and whoever's receiving that signal, the coordinates they're receiving definitely point to free captain territory. So after all of this work, you find yourself feeling pretty confident that you're at least in the clear for a little bit, if not suspicious that something else may be lurking on the ship. Just leave that little fun tidbit there for you. When the Raza drops out of the drift and you find yourself slowly approaching a system that you have never seen before, you're actually fairly close to what looks like the 6th planet of this large 9. You do a quick scan, and it's a yellow dwarf sun system, and you count out, well, this is unoriginal, there's 9 planets.
What?
And you happen to be very close to the 6th planet of the system. No, yeah, at least they didn't do that much.
Uranus?
It's 6 to 7.
Yeah, you're near 6. 6 happens to be it's the. Let me just go through the list here. So the first two planets share a single orbit, although one is always on the opposite. So you know when you do your scan of the system, you see that the first two planets, they're in the same orbit, but they're always on opposite sides of this dwarf, this yellow sun. Um, they're pretty close, you know. So your scans indicate that they're probably hot, rocky wastelands. The third, sixth, and eighth planet are all gas giants, so you are orbiting one of the gas giants, each swirling with a different color of gas. The fourth planet is dotted with what, at a distance, you're not quite sure what they are, but after studying them a little bit, you realize there's petrified forest on the fourth planet, and the fifth planet is a tumultuous like landscape of non-stop active volcanic activity. You know, instead of oceans, you know, flowing around it, you have these huge, you know, pools of magma that are constantly erupting and cooling and dropping down, and new volcanoes are forming rather quickly and exploding and sending things all over the place. Uh, the seventh and ninth planet, although you can't pick up at this distance what the materials mostly are, the sensors say they're probably cold and lifeless rocks.
So those are the only ones that he noted were lifeless.
Yep.
The gas.
Apparently.
So you can run a more detailed scan. It'll take you 1d8 hours to do so, and I'll need you to make a computer check to gain more information.
I say we do the computers check. We agree?
We need more information.
All right. Here we go again.
I mean,
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, you guys are killing it. So
I'm always sitting here waiting to click just in case somebody actually fails. I mean, it's not great, but I've got a +8, so who knows? I could roll a 20.
So you run some scans and you start combing through the data, and after, use this quickie little roll here. After 4 hours of work, you actually start pinpointing signs of life on the fourth planet in the system, which is
forest.
or sorry, on the sixth planet.
The gas giant.
Yeah, one of the gas giants. You start, which is kind of odd, but hovering above the denser levels of gas on the planet, you start picking up, very faint pinpoint signs of life. So you focus in your scans, and you get a bit closer in the orbit around the planet, and you actually pick up dotted all around the planet. There's several areas where there's these enormous Earth motes that seem to be floating in close orbit around the planet itself in the gaseous atmosphere. And some of them, including one in particular, looks like they have ruins of some kind of metropolis built on them, on the Earth motes.
Some kind of what?
Metropolis.
Yeah. You don't pick up any power signatures or anything from it, and it definitely looks like it's been in decay for quite some time. But it is a sign of previous civilization.
And there's currently a life form.
Yeah, it does appear there's some kind of life form there.
Okay. Do we need to finish our scan out to the other planets, or that's our finished scan?
Including all the rest of the planets, you don't pick up signs of life on any of the other planets.
All right. Well, let's go there.
Yeah, let's. Bring us down to a lower orbit.
Did you ever get the cloaking device going?
Not a cloaking device, it's a holographic device.
Yeah, the one that makes us seem invisible.
No, it's the one that's else.
Okay.
So as you start descending into the atmosphere of the gaseous giant, I need the pilot to give us a good piloting check to try and avoid turbulence.
Maybe we should have Cypher pilot the ship.
Well, I can co-pilot.
Better than one.
Better than a 1.
I'll just backseat pilot.
How about a 19?
Hey, there you go. Boom.
Okay, good roll. Very good roll. So yeah, the atmospheric conditions around the gas giant, I mean, they're pretty crazy, and you have to fight the atmosphere all the way down. It takes you about an hour or so to descend from orbit all the way down to the the large Earth mote that you're picking up the life signs from. And let me go here. Where's my? Oh, did I put it here? Let me move you to this.
Ooh.
Cool.
Whoa.
So you do a flight, a circular flight, and do a visual survey around this Earth mote, and these are the ruins that you see here. There's these couple other Earth motes that seem to be twirling a bit and floating around the outside of the northwest here. Some kind of large up here in this direction. Let me use the shift click so it'll take you to it. So this section of the city looks like it's actually been newer, and it's built for more organic materials and whatnot, unlike the rest of the ruins. All the rest of this looks like shambles and whatnot. In the center, there's this huge overgrown area where it looks like natural foliage has started to reclaim the center of the Earth mote. And then there's this huge section of ruins down there, and what looks like an enormous factory of some sort over here on the east side. And then you spot this landing, like what looks like a ancient spaceport that's partially in ruins, but one of the landing docks, the one that's attacked there, is actually fully intact.
So, question, is this whole thing like encased in some atmospheric bubble, or is it all exposed? Is the atmosphere toxic?
It is all exposed. So give me a computer check to scan the atmosphere.
And follow
Or
that
I'm sorry,
up.
no, you've already been scanning. So all right, I'll go ahead and take your roll. That's fine. So 35. So yeah, you do a quick check of the atmosphere, and it's pretty comparable to living conditions where you're from at this level in the atmosphere. So you think you'll be able to breathe just fine on the Earth.
Do we recognize the technology as any particular race or culture or whatever?
Give me a culture check.
Ooh, didn't help.
Neil actually had a bonus to this, and everyone else had a penalty due to the nature of the technology. But you, so the rest of you can't really place it. Some of it looks similar, but it's kind of hard to tell because so much of it is in ruins. But New Will, it looks very familiar to you because it's very similar to the technology used on your planet.
Mm.
Oh,
it's your people.
Her people are secretly this race that are trying to build the biggest extinction weapon in the world. And
I mean,
they're world builders. They go and build.
They built her race, so
A world builder.
if they have the power to create, they have the power to destroy.
Where they created here and then they left and it didn't make it.
And their leaving was the power to destroy.
Oh, shut up.
We gotta land on this thing and walk around.
Are you able to pinpoint where the life forms are coming from? Or was it the shrubbery or what?
There's life all over this Earth book.
Okay.
Any concentration?
Let's take her in.
Are we going to
Well, obviously there's plant life. Are we able to distinguish plant life from humanoid life?
Go ahead and run another scan with that in mind and give me a computer's check.
Reconfigure the scanners.
in my life science?
Oh my
my
God.
computers?
I'm not even going to mess with that.
It is ridiculous.
So there's plant there's plant life covering this entire thing. It's all over the place. It's most dense in the center here, but it's covering the entire Earth mode. You pick up animal life all over the place, and and that includes because you can't distinguish just from a scan whether it's like humanoid or others. So you do pick up, flora and fauna, but the fauna is heavily dense in here and here, and you get smatterings of fauna readings throughout the rest of the Oath Moat.
Okay. I say we land at the front door.
That being the landing thing?
Yeah, because isn't that where we're expected to land? Or we just go and land right in front of the factory.
I might have missed it. That thing on the southeast corner of the Earth Moat, that's the docking bay, right?
Yeah,
Right.
that looks like it looks old and a bit ruined, but it looks like a spaceport of some sort. And one of the landing bays, the landing pads, is completely intact there.
Is there any reason we don't want to dock there?
I mean, it's the obvious place to dock.
See, we clearly need to park there and then kind of do a sweep all around like this, I think. Just to make sure we
Follow the
The
yellow brick
fanatical
road. Follow the
completionist.
yellow brick road.
All right. I'm sorry for suggesting we land in front of the factory. Clearly, his tactical expertise is far superior to mine. I think we should go along with that plan.
We could
We
just
gotta kick down
leave
every door.
at the factory. And
No,
then
I'm being dead serious. I like this plan. So let's land at the landing pad and follow the serpentine route.
serpentine.
Sorry. Sorry.
All right. I'm down.
I think that's the route we should take. I'm not joking.
I'm not disagreeing.
Oh, gracious. Did we scan for like any signals coming off of this place?
That would have been a good idea before we landed.
Now,
I think of everything.
you're the science officer here, so you gotta suggest these things. All I have to do is say, make it
Ouch!
so.
Somebody else help me out.
Okay, so you roll a 1 and get a 20.
Shut up.
Like,
Help! See?
like I don't think a 1 is an auto fail
You
for a
should
skill
probably
check,
help,
but
too.
like you get a 20 on a 1.
I still got a 1.
So
I'm not sure I follow the scaling of these skill checks.
at a close distance, you can do a more detailed scan. So where you couldn't pick up any real power signatures from a distance, you do pick up. They're very minuscule. They're very few. But here and there, you are picking up small power signatures scattered across the Earth Moat. Definitely no concentration in any one area or anything. But
All right.
Do we pick up any messages or anything being transmitted? Any transmissions coming off the Earth?
no. And as you approach that's a good question. As you approach the spaceport, you're used to the customary air traffic control, getting a hold of you. As you approach, no one contacts you at all. It's complete radio
no
silence.
beacon, no guidance or
Nope.
anything.
No guidance at all.
All right. Well,
Are we sure this is the place we're looking for?
Wes,
No.
I think you can put this thing on actual lockdown this time, so no one gets on board.
Oh yeah, I could definitely do that.
That's pretty close.
Yeah, I was gonna say for a second there, I thought Michael joined us.
Excellent. Make it so. That's all I have to say.
All right, so Wes is going to work on locking down the ship. He contributed 2 things this session.
All
And
right.
you disembark from the Raza.
And we fade.
So the platform that you actually land on, you realize up close, like it looks like a normal landing pad, but the actual base that you're like where the Raza actually landed on instead of being like your traditional like metal, it's actually made of some kind of crystalline-like material, and you can see through it to the bottom, and you realize what that kind of was that. Here, let me move the ship. What was kind of like that, the strange colors you were seeing from above. Now that you see it up front, you can actually see what looked like some kind of lichen or moss actually hanging off the bottom of the glass part of the underneath the landing pad.
Can we salvage any of this crystal?
Or lichen?
I love how
You might be able to. As you start to look around, you actually see movement coming from the long stretch going back.
Oh.
You see two individuals come walking towards you. They're carrying these long spears in their hand. They have like almost chitinous-like looking faces with these long mandible jaws, 3 eyes set into the head, and long spears. They have what look like piecemeal armor, but it almost looks like it was put together like armor that Noelle remembers seeing on her home planet. And she recognizes the two creatures as members of the Maltura.
Bum, bum, bum.
They look at you, and one of them yells out something in almost a broken version of your own dialect. It's hard to tell what they say, but it sounds aggressive, and they lower their weapons and begin to charge. And that's where we're going to end the session for the night.
Say something!
All 4 hands up.
All 4 hands
All
up.
4 hands up.
Good session, guys. Good session.
That was fun. Are we level 8?
Not quite.